Before you scroll, listen to this. There are moments in life when your heart feels tired, your mind feels heavy, and your soul feels empty. You try to fix everything, but nothing changes. And then, Allah sends you a surah that heals wounds you never speak about, protects you from things you never see, and brings light back to the places inside you that went dark. That surah is Surah Yasin. A miracle for the living, a cure for the broken, a secret door to peace. Most people recite it, but very few understand the hidden power Allah placed inside it. If you're watching this right now, maybe it's not by accident. Maybe Allah wants your heart to hear what's coming next. Because after this, you will never look at Surah Yasin the same way again. Surah Yasin speaks to hearts that feel lost. When a person feels lost in life, Surah Yasin becomes like a light in the darkness. Sometimes life takes you to places you never planned. You lose people you thought would stay forever. You end up in situations you never imagined, and your heart starts asking, why is this happening to me? What am I supposed to do now? Surah Yasin reminds you that nothing in your life is random. Not your pain, not your delays, not your tests, not your heartbreak. Every page of your story is written by Allah with wisdom. Even the moments that broke you were written to build you. Even the people who left were written to protect you. Even the doors that closed were written to guide you somewhere better. When you recite Surah Yasin, a calm feeling enters the heart. You stop thinking, my life is falling apart, and you start understanding, my life is being rearranged by Allah. You start trusting that the path you are walking is not a mistake. You are exactly where Allah wants you to be, and He never guides His servant to a dead end. Surah Yasin gives a silent message to the heart. Keep moving, keep trusting. Your story is still being written. Allah has not forgotten you. Allah guides you in decisions you don't understand. Sometimes in life, you stand at a point where you don't know what to do. Your heart wants one thing, but reality pushes you in another direction. You plan something with confidence, and suddenly everything changes. A job you wanted doesn't happen. A relationship you believed in falls apart. A plan you trusted collapses, and you start asking, why did Allah stop this? Why didn't things go the way I wanted? Surah Yasin reminds you that Allah guides you even when you don't understand what's happening. You may think something was good for you, but Allah saw things you could not see. He saw the future. He saw the truth of people. He saw the hidden dangers. So sometimes He blocks a path not to hurt you, but to save you. And then there are moments when Allah gives you blessings you didn't even ask for. You meet someone who changes your life in a good way. You get an opportunity that you never expected. You are protected from something without even knowing it. This is not luck. This is Allah guiding the believer. When you recite Surah Yasin with trust, the heart stops fighting destiny. The heart stops asking, why did this happen to me? And starts saying, Allah knows what is best. Your mind becomes clearer. Your stress becomes lighter. You feel calm inside, even if life is not perfect outside. That is the blessing of trusting Allah's plan. It breaks invisible chains from your past. There are many people who are alive on the outside but trapped on the inside. Their body has moved forward, but their heart is stuck somewhere in the past. Some are stuck in an old memory. Some are stuck in a heartbreak. Some are stuck in a mistake they regret. Some are stuck in pain they never speak about. They smile in front of others, but inside, they are tied to something that keeps hurting them again and again. Surah Yasin comes like a spiritual knife that cuts those invisible ropes. When you recite it, something inside you starts to break open. The pain that controlled you begins to lose power. The memories that used to torture you start fading. The person you couldn't let go of becomes easier to release. You realize that Allah did not create you to live your whole life chained to something that already ended. Sometimes the heart holds on to things that are poison. You think you can't live without that person, that plan, that past. But Surah Yasin reminds you that if Allah took something away, it means He is preparing something better. What left your life was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to free you. And slowly, the heart starts to breathe again. You sleep without crying. You wake up without feeling broken. You feel lighter, calmer, stronger. You don't know how it happened, but Allah knows. He heals the heart in silent ways. Surah Yasin becomes a door Allah uses to pull your soul out of pain and push you into a new chapter. One day you will look back at everything you survived and say, if Allah didn't free me from my past, I would not be who I am today. Allah raises the one who was ignored. There are people who give kindness but receive nothing back. People who help everyone but have no one helping them. People who love sincerely but get taken for granted. Some hearts are so pure that they care deeply, forgive easily, and stay loyal even when others don't appreciate them. And after some time, they start to think, maybe I don't matter. Maybe nobody sees my efforts. Maybe my goodness has no value. Surah Yasin reminds you that nothing good you do is ever ignored. Maybe people don't see it. Maybe the world doesn't clap for you. Maybe no one thanks you. But Allah sees every silent act of kindness. Every tear you wiped alone. Every time you stayed patient. Every time you chose mercy instead of revenge. Allah records good deeds even when the world doesn't notice them. And here is the secret blessing. Allah raises the people who are ignored. Not by loudness, not by showing off, not by begging for attention, but by honoring their hearts. Allah can turn the hearts of people toward you. He can give you respect without you asking for it. He can place your name in the hearts of others without you speaking a single word. There will come a day when the same people who ignored you will wonder how you became so strong, so respected, so blessed. It didn't come from them. It came from Allah, because He raises the ones who stayed humble. He honors the ones who stayed sincere. He lifts the ones who never let their goodness die, even when no one appreciated them. So if you ever feel invisible, don't lose hope. Allah does not ignore the servant who is ignored by people. Your time will come, and when it does, everyone will know that it was Allah who lifted you. Not your words, not your pride, not your status. Only His mercy. It protects you from hidden enemies. In life, not every enemy is loud. Some are silent. Some hide behind smiles. Some show friendship on the outside but carry jealousy on the inside. Some don't want to see you grow, don't want to see you happy, don't want to see you succeed. And the painful truth is that sometimes the people who harm you the most are the ones closest to you. Surah Yasin brings a powerful kind of protection. Protection from the things you can see, and protection from the things you cannot see. When you recite it, Allah covers you in a shield that no human can break. People may plan, they may talk, they may wish for your downfall, but their plans never touch you. Their words become empty, their efforts become weak. There are times when someone tries to hurt you, but suddenly their plan fails. Someone tries to embarrass you, but Allah exposes them instead. Someone tries to bring you down, but Allah lifts you even higher. You don't even have to fight. You don't have to defend yourself. Allah defends you. That is the secret of Surah Yasin. It protects you even when you don't know someone is trying to harm you. Maybe someone speaks badly about you behind your back. Maybe someone prays against you. Maybe someone wants your blessings to disappear. But Allah listens. Allah watches. And Allah protects every heart that trusts Him. Their jealousy cannot touch what Allah has written for you. And sometimes you will notice something strange. People who once tried to ruin you suddenly disappear from your life. Their energy leaves your path. Doors close for them. You didn't say a word. Allah fought your battle silently. So when you recite Surah Yasin, walk with peace. You don't need to fear humans. You don't need to worry about the evil of hearts. No matter what people plan, Allah's protection is always stronger. One believer with Allah is stronger than 1,000 enemies. Allah sends rizq from strange places. Sometimes you look at your life and think, how will things ever get better? Where will my rizq come from? Who will help me? How will this problem be solved? You look around and see no open door, no opportunity, no support. It feels like everything is blocked, but Surah Yasin reminds you that Allah is not limited by what you can see. Rizq does not only mean money, rizq can be peace, help, guidance, a new chance, a new friend, a new path, a new idea, or protection from something that could have destroyed you. Allah can send blessings in ways you never expected. Many times a person worries so much about how life will change, but Allah sends a solution from a place the person never looked at. Maybe a job appears from someone you didn't even know. Maybe a message comes at the perfect time. Maybe a stranger supports you. Maybe a small action turns into a big opportunity. Maybe something you thought was useless becomes the reason your life improves. Surah Yasin teaches the heart that Allah does not need the world to help you. He can send rizq without a reason, without a source, without a warning, without logic. Just when you think there is no way, Allah creates a way. Just when you think your life is stuck, Allah moves everything for you. Sometimes you lose something and feel worried, but later you realize Allah replaced it with something better. Sometimes a door closes and you feel scared, but later you see Allah opened a door you never imagined. This is how Allah works. Quietly, beautifully, powerfully. So when you recite Surah Yasin, carry one belief in your heart. Your rizq is written by the one who controls the heavens and the earth. People can't block what Allah decides to give you. No jealousy, no hatred, no competition can stop your blessings. What is written for you will reach you even if the whole world stands against it. And one day you will look back and say, I was worried for nothing. Allah had a plan the whole time. It revives hearts that have gone emotionless. Sometimes the body is alive, but the heart feels dead. You laugh, but it does not feel real. You smile, but there is no feeling behind it. You pray, but there are no tears. You listen to Qur'an, but your heart doesn't move. You see others crying, but inside you feel nothing. You begin to wonder, what's wrong with me? Why did my heart turn cold? Why can't I feel close to Allah anymore? This emptiness doesn't happen in one day. It happens slowly. Pain, loss, disappointment, and sins start to steal the light inside the heart. Little by little, the heart becomes hard. It becomes heavy. It becomes silent. And the person starts living like a robot, alive outside, dead inside. Surah Yasin comes as a spiritual shock that wakes the heart up again. When you recite it, the soul begins to feel warmth. The heart, which was numb for so long, suddenly remembers Allah. A softness enters. A tear falls. A feeling returns. Slowly, Allah brings the heart back to life. Sometimes you recite a verse and it feels like Allah is talking directly to you. Sometimes a single word reaches a place inside you that nothing else could reach. Sometimes during Surah Yasin, the heart that was silent starts whispering, Ya Allah, I need you. You don't have to cry loudly. You don't have to feel miracles overnight. Even a tiny drop of emotion is a sign that Allah has not given up on you. A hard heart is not a dead heart. It is a heart waiting for Allah's mercy to wake it up. Surah Yasin gives life to a heart that lost feeling. It turns coldness into warmth, emptiness into peace, silence into remembrance. Even if you feel far from Allah, even if you feel unworthy, Surah Yasin reminds you that Allah can bring your heart back with just one recitation. One day, the same heart that felt nothing will feel everything again. The same heart that couldn't cry will cry in sujood. The same heart that felt empty will feel full of Allah's love. It makes you stop chasing dunya like it's forever. Many people live as if this world is their final home. They chase money as if it will never end. They chase people as if they will never leave. They chase success as if it will save them from death. But no matter how much you collect, no matter how high you rise, no matter how many people you impress, one day you will leave everything behind. Surah Yasin softly reminds the heart, this dunya is temporary. Life is not a long journey, it is a short visit. You came with nothing, and you will return with nothing except your deeds. When this truth enters the heart, something changes inside you. You stop fighting for things that don't matter. You stop begging for attention. You stop running behind people who don't respect you. You stop destroying your health and peace just to look successful in front of others. Surah Yasin wakes the believer up from a deep sleep. It reminds you that real success is not how many cars you have, or how many people know your name, or how much money is in your bank. Real success is whether Allah is pleased with you, whether your heart is clean, whether you leave this world with faith. You still live, you still work, you still build your life, but your heart is not attached to dunya anymore. If you lose something, you don't collapse. If people walk away, you don't break. If money goes up and down, you stay calm. Because you know that this world was never meant to be perfect. It was never meant to stay. The more you recite Surah Yasin, the more you start living with balance. You enjoy dunya, but you don't become a slave to it. You use dunya, but you don't let it use you. You stop saying, "I want more," and start saying, "I want what brings me closer to Allah." And something beautiful happens. When you stop chasing dunya, dunya starts chasing you. Allah places barakah in your life. Your heart becomes light. Your stress becomes less. You feel peaceful even with small blessings because you finally understand that true happiness does not come from this world. It comes from the one who created it. It opens doors. When you think time is over, there are moments in life when you feel like your time is finished. You tried everything. You prayed, you worked, you waited, you stayed patient, but nothing changed. The job didn't come. The proposal didn't happen. The dream didn't turn into reality. At some point, your heart whispers, maybe it's too late. Maybe my life will never improve. Maybe Allah has forgotten my du'as. But Surah Yasin teaches something beautiful. Allah never works with human deadlines. What looks late to you is perfectly timed for Allah. A delayed blessing is not a denied blessing. Sometimes Allah waits for the exact moment when your heart is ready, when your life is prepared, when the path is safe. He does not bring a blessing too early or too late. He brings it at the perfect moment. Many people lose hope one day before Allah opens the door, one night before life changes, one prayer before the miracle arrives. Surah Yasin tells the soul, do not give up when you are close. Allah can rewrite your story in a second. How many times in your life did you think something was over and then suddenly it worked out? How many times were you about to quit and then Allah made a way? That's because when Allah wants something for you, all the closed doors in the world cannot stop it. The world may say impossible, but Allah says kun, be, and it happens. Sometimes Allah delays a blessing to protect you. Sometimes He delays it to make it bigger. Sometimes He delays it to change you before He changes your life. The delay is part of the blessing, even if you don't see it yet. So when you recite Surah Yasin in hard times, your heart learns to trust again. You stop saying, my life is finished, and start saying, my time will come. You start believing that the same Allah who opened paths for you before can open them again, even if the world sees no way. One day Allah will surprise you. One day the door you cried for will open. One day what you lost will be replaced with something better. And when that day comes, you will look back and say, if Allah gave it to me earlier, I wouldn't have been ready. The timing was perfect. Nothing is ever over when Allah is with you. It changes what people think about you. Sometimes people judge you without knowing your heart. They misunderstand your intentions. They hear rumors. They listen to others, or they assume things that are not true. You may try to explain yourself, but the more you talk, the worse it becomes. You stay silent, yet your silence gets twisted too. And after some time, you start to feel hurt, tired, and alone, wondering why people see you in a way that doesn't match who you are. Surah Yasin reminds the believer that you do not need to beg people to like you, to trust you, or to respect you. Allah is the one who controls hearts. He is the one who knows the truth behind every story, every intention, every action. When you recite Surah Yasin, Allah becomes your defender. Without speaking, without arguing, without proving anything, Allah changes the way people see you. There will be moments when someone who disliked you suddenly becomes kind to you. Someone who doubted you suddenly supports you. Someone who believed lies about you suddenly realizes the truth. You didn't speak. You didn't fight. You didn't force anything. Allah turned their heart, and when Allah turns a heart, it becomes softer than milk and sweeter than honey. Sometimes the people who spread negativity about you are forced to see your goodness. Sometimes the ones waiting for your failure end up witnessing your success. Sometimes the ones who ignored you begin to respect you, not because you changed for them, but because Allah showed them who you really are. And even if some hearts never change, even if some people never understand you, Surah Yasin gives you peace. You stop worrying about who believes you and who does not. You stop wasting energy trying to clean your name. You stop feeling hurt by the opinions of people. You realize that the one whose opinion truly matters is Allah. When Allah loves you, He places your love in the hearts of others. When Allah protects you, no gossip can stain your name. When Allah raises you, no one can bring you down. So never think your silence is weakness. Sometimes silence is the loudest trust in Allah. There will come a day when the truth becomes clear, when hearts change, when respect returns, and when the world sees what Allah already knew. And on that day, you will realize Allah did not forget your patience. Allah multiplies your good deeds. Many people think that only big acts of worship matter. They think they need to give huge charity, pray all night, or do something extraordinary to gain Allah's love. But they forget that Allah sees every small action, every quiet kindness, every hidden good deed. Surah Yasin reminds the believer that nothing you do for Allah is ever small and nothing is ever lost. When you recite Surah Yasin, something beautiful happens in the unseen world. Your good deeds begin to carry more weight. A simple smile becomes charity. A kind word becomes worship. A small dua becomes a shield. A tiny act of kindness becomes huge on the scales. Even when you just sit, listen, and remember Allah in your heart, angels write it down. There are times when you feel like you are not doing enough. You compare yourself to others and think, they pray more than me, they recite more than me, they are better than me. But Allah looks at sincerity, not size. He looks at the heart behind the action, not how big the action appears. Sometimes you give someone a glass of water, and on the day of judgment, that glass of water becomes the reason Allah forgives you. Sometimes you comfort a sad person, and Allah writes for you the reward of a worshipper. Sometimes you stop yourself from hurting someone, and Allah counts that as a good deed greater than charity. Surah Yasin teaches the soul that Allah loves even the smallest effort. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything at once. What matters is that you try, even a little, and Allah takes that little effort and turns it into something huge. When you recite Surah Yasin regularly, your heart becomes softer and good deeds become easier. You feel like helping others more. You avoid hurting people. You become kinder, calmer, more patient. These changes are not accidents. They are gifts Allah gives to those who remember Him. The most comforting part is this: even if the world does not see your goodness, Allah sees it. Even if people forget what you did, Allah remembers. Even if no one thanks you, the reward is waiting for you in a place where nothing is wasted. And one day, when you stand before Allah, you will be shocked by how many good deeds you never realized you had, because Allah is Al-Karim, the most generous. He multiplies more than you can imagine. It brings light into your grave. One day, every one of us will leave this world. The houses we lived in, the cars we drove, the clothes we loved, the people we tried to impress, none of it will come with us. The only journey we will take alone is the journey to the grave. And for many people, this thought brings fear. What will happen when I am under the ground? Will it be dark? Will I be afraid? Will anyone be there for me? Surah Yasin brings comfort to this fear. When a believer recites it in their life, it becomes light in their grave after death. The same verses that touched your heart in this world will shine for you when everyone else has left. The Qur'an that sat in your hands will sit beside you in the grave. The words you recited with your tongue will speak for you when you cannot speak anymore. Imagine lying in a place where there is no sunlight, no family, no friends, no voice, yet suddenly the grave begins to feel like a garden. The darkness turns into light. The fear turns into peace. The loneliness turns into comfort. Angels visit. Mercy surrounds you. Why? Because you carried the Qur'an in your heart when you were alive. Many people decorate their homes, but they forget to decorate their graves. Many people save money for the world, but they forget to save deeds for the hereafter. Surah Yasin is a gift Allah gives to the believer, a gift that waits quietly and then appears when you need it the most. On the day you are lowered into the ground and everyone walks away, Surah Yasin does not leave you. It stays with you. It becomes a companion, a protector, a shield, and a light. When your soul feels afraid, the Qur'an comforts it. When your body lies still, the mercy of Allah covers it. No one can stop death. No one can escape the grave, but you can take something with you that will keep you safe, the words of Allah. When others take flowers to the cemetery, Surah Yasin takes light. When others remember you with tears, Allah remembers you with mercy. And on a day when every person stands alone in front of Allah, your recitation of Surah Yasin will stand beside you saying, Ya Allah, he recited me. Ya Allah, she recited me. There is no light stronger than the light Allah places in the grave of a believer. It makes your dua rise faster. There are times when you make dua and it feels like nothing is changing. You raise your hands every night, you cry, you beg Allah to fix your life, to heal your heart, to open a door, but the answer does not come. Your heart starts wondering, is Allah listening to me? Why is my dua not being accepted? Why is my life not moving? Surah Yasin reminds the believer that no dua is ignored. Not a single whisper, not a single tear, not a single word said in sujood goes to waste. Allah hears you the first time, the second time, and every time. But sometimes Allah waits for the perfect moment to give you what you asked for. When you recite Surah Yasin, it becomes like a bridge between your heart and the sky. Your dua rises higher, your voice reaches faster. The angels carry your requests straight to Allah. Even if you don't see results right away, something begins to move in the unseen world. Hearts change, paths open, problems weaken, destinies shift. Sometimes you don't even realize your dua is being answered. Allah might give you peace instead of pain. He might remove a person who would have harmed you. He might close a door that looked good but was dangerous. He might delay something because the blessing is still growing, still being prepared. When a believer recites Surah Yasin and then makes dua, the heart feels lighter. Why? Because you feel closer to Allah. You trust Him more. You believe that He will respond at the best time. And when the heart has hope, the dua becomes stronger. There will come a day when you look back and say, everything I cried for, Allah gave me something even better. And even if Allah does not give exactly what you asked for, He always gives what is best for your dunya and your akhirah. So never stop making dua. Never think your voice is too small. Never think your sins are too big. Never think your situation is too late. Your dua can reach places your feet cannot. Your dua can change what people cannot change. Your dua can open doors that you don't even know exist. And Surah Yasin becomes the wind that carries your dua to the sky until the day Allah says, your prayer has been heard and your time has arrived. It cleans sins you even forgot about. Every human being makes mistakes. Some mistakes are small, some are big, and some are so painful that we don't even like to remember them. There are sins you cried over, sins you asked Allah to forgive, and sins you forgot you ever did. Time moves on, but your heart sometimes carries a silent fear. What if Allah didn't forgive me? What if my sins are still written? What if I'm not clean in the sight of Allah? Surah Yasin brings hope to hearts like this. It reminds you that Allah is not waiting to punish you. Allah is waiting to forgive you. He knows the sins you remember, and He knows the sins you forgot. He knows the things you did in weakness, the things you regret, the things you would change if you could. And in His mercy, He cleans your heart in ways you cannot see. When you recite Surah Yasin, it becomes like rain that washes the soul. Even the sins that have been hiding deep inside you begin to fade. Allah erases them quietly, without exposing you, without humiliating you, without reminding you of your past. The world forgives with conditions, but Allah forgives with love. Sometimes your heart feels heavy and you don't know why. Sometimes you feel empty and you don't know the reason. Sometimes your life feels stuck even though you are trying your best. It could be the weight of old sins that you never made tawbah for, but Allah, in His kindness, uses Surah Yasin to purify you, even when you don't know what needs cleaning. And the most beautiful part? Allah hides your sins from people. He covers your mistakes. He gives you a chance to start again. He replaces darkness with light. He turns dirty pages into clean ones. When Allah forgives you, your past does not control your future anymore. There will come a time when you stand before Allah and you will see pages of your life empty, not because you never sinned, but because Allah erased them. You will see rewards you never expected, not because you were perfect, but because Allah loved your effort. So never think you are too sinful to return. Never think Allah is angry forever. Never think your record cannot be cleaned. The one who created you can purify you. And Surah Yasin is one of the doors through which that mercy flows. One day, you will thank Allah for forgiving things you don't even remember doing. That is His kindness. That is His love. That is His mercy. It creates a relationship with the Qur'an. Many people love the Qur'an but don't know how to stay connected to it. They read it only in Ramadan, or only when they feel sad, or only when a problem happens. Then life becomes busy again, and the Qur'an is left on the shelf, unopened, waiting for someone to return. The heart starts to feel empty, the mind becomes stressed, life becomes heavy, because the soul is hungry for something it is not receiving. Surah Yasin helps build a real relationship with the Qur'an, not a seasonal relationship, not a temporary one. A daily connection, even if it is just a page or a few verses. When you recite Surah Yasin, the Qur'an becomes part of your life, not just a book in your room. You start feeling that the Qur'an is talking to you, guiding you, calming you, healing you. At first, you may read it slowly. Maybe you struggle with the words. Maybe you don't understand everything. But Allah sees your effort, not your speed. The Qur'an does not demand perfection. It asks for sincerity. And every time you recite Surah Yasin, the distance between you and Allah becomes smaller. Your heart begins to open. Your soul begins to breathe. Your faith becomes stronger without you even noticing. Soon, something beautiful happens. You start wanting to read more. You start remembering verses in your mind during the day. You start making decisions with wisdom. You start feeling peace when you hear Qur'an. You start trusting Allah more. You begin to see life with different eyes, softer, clearer, calmer. The Qur'an becomes a friend, a companion, a comfort. When the world hurts you, the Qur'an heals you. When the world confuses you, the Qur'an guides you. When the world pushes you down, the Qur'an lifts you. And Surah Yasin is often the beginning of this journey. One surah leads to another, one page leads to another. One moment of remembrance becomes a lifetime of connection, without forcing yourself, without pressure, without stress, just love slowly growing. On the Day of Judgment, the Qur'an will not come as a book. It will come as a light, a witness, and a protector for the one who recited it. It will say, "This person did not forget me." And Allah will honor you in front of creation because you held on to His words in a world full of distractions. A heart that stays close to the Qur'an never feels empty. A soul that hears Qur'an never feels lost. And a person who builds a relationship with Surah Yasin today is building peace for their dunya, light for their grave, and reward for their akhirah. The Qur'an is not just a book you read, it is a love you grow with. So listen, if your heart brought you to this reminder today, it's not a coincidence. Maybe Allah wanted to speak to you. Maybe He wanted to tell you that He has never forgotten you. Maybe He wanted to guide your heart back to the Qur'an, back to Him. There are times in life when you feel tired, tired of waiting, tired of trying, tired of pretending you're okay. But Surah Yasin reminds you that Allah sees every struggle, every tear, every silent prayer. Not one moment of your pain is wasted. Not 1 second of your patience is ignored. Allah is writing something beautiful for you, even if you can't see it yet. Keep reciting, keep trusting, keep going. The surah you recite in your weakness will become your strength. The verses you read in sadness will become your happiness. The words that feel heavy today will one day open doors you thought were impossible. One day you will look back and say, Surah Yasin saved me. It comforted me. It protected me. It changed my life. May Allah place the light of the Qur'an in your heart, peace in your mind, ease in your life, blessings in your rizq, protection in your journey, and mercy in your grave. And may Surah Yasin be a witness for you on the day you stand before Allah. Ameen.